Hey folks, this is Ben Yessel. For the time being, I'm going to try to have a little bit more videos coming out. At least I'm trying to get to it more. Um, this one's not easy to do, this particular train of thought at all. It's always been tough meeting young women that I click with better and are just, the whole shebang, the whole thing, it can be exhausting. I'm not on Facebook very often, and of course, this person's name will be completely anonymous, and that's usually how I handle this stuff. But there was a young woman I knew at Central Washington who was quite physically attractive in some certain respects, and because of certain reasons, I just don't know. We chatted a little bit. Hate to say it, but I sensed the, not so much, cultural, ethnic, possibly more religious. Aside from all that other first stuff I just mentioned, it was more of a religious thing. It's hard when you look upon other women outside of being Mormon, and you say, But, there's a lot of things I observe about people other than those few things I mentioned, like, personality and all kinds of other things. And so, for whatever reason, I just didn't pursue that whole thing. And it didn't seem like she was interested at the time in pursuing me that much. Usually women are that way more often than not. So, in my experience, fast forward here, apparently she's had a boyfriend and all this stuff, and I hear that, it's been some time that she has been broken up with this guy, and this guy is, like, stalking her or something, or she's put out a court order against him and all this stuff. You hear this stuff from people you knew, whether they're LDS or not. It's very discouraging to a lot of things. This area of life, man, you guys tell me, it's so hard. I mean, I want to say, it's very easy to say, oh, this person just was a little bit of an airhead. Not very much of one, but, enough so that, but then it's so mean. It sounds cruel, actually, to say that. There's so much more to a person than saying that. I'm not kicking myself for, I'm just saying I kind of saw this happening. I looked at a picture of this guy and, like, the devil are you doing? But I've made dumb mistakes, and I'll still make dumb mistakes in the future. If I expect a mercy from God, how can I be unmerciful to someone else? How can I not show mercy? So that runs really, really deep. So I imagine that some of you guys probably have gone through similar things or whatever. I don't know. Like, there are a lot of dimensions to this sort of thing that, of course, like many of you, I would rather spend time with someone who's been very virtuous and that sort of thing, and is really passionately in love with me, that sort of thing, with nothing interfering with that so much. And I don't want to deal ever with divorce. I don't want to ever deal with any of that stuff. Drama, all that stuff. That's what I definitely don't want to deal with. So I do want to marry someone who's pretty mellow and introverted like myself. And, kind of knows where I'm at, and I know where they're at, and it's cool that way. I mean, like, would a really mellow person really enjoy having a very hyper dog? And that's a very it's not always a great comparison, but in a way, it's like if you if you are, full control of who you spend time with, especially sooner or later, if you're a certain kind of person, wouldn't you want to spend time with a certain kind of person that you would click with better? But again, if I expect forgiveness, if I expect understanding from others, I can certainly be that way toward them. And I've always felt good feelings toward this person. I just like, it's fine to be cautious about this sort of thing, but heaven's sakes, I mean, can't someone tell when someone has a good heart or not? It's just, can't someone tell if someone's going to be bad news or not? You can always look at yourself and say, what kind of person am I? Am I, ready to be married? Who's ready to be married? So many people aren't ready to be married, and they get married or have relations. I mean, but, I don't know. I'm just opening this up. It's just kind of, I kind of saw this happening, especially when I saw the guy, but I don't want to judge this person. Some people think that they need to rush into something, It's just, there's another guy I knew, Central Washington. We played horn together after college a little bit. And he has put it a little bit more similar trains of thoughts, more sarcastically, I suppose, where he's known some folks that have gotten married and then they've gotten divorced or had issues, and he just says, well, I kind of saw it coming. He was a bit more flippant about it. I didn't think he was out of line because he wasn't talking about, specifics, and I kind of knew where he was coming from, and I knew he was kind of a goofy person anyway, the funnier guy, or just more whatever, more prone to just say crazy stuff like that. He has a good heart, essentially, but but it's a point. But I just think if you are dating a good person, or you have a good marriage, or the person that you're married to is a good person, stick with it. Goodness sakes, we have enough divorces. I mean, or just have some flippin' common sense when you're dating someone, or get second opinions, third opinions, And people, when they get married, everybody has flaws. You just try to work with the person if they're workable, if they have a good nature, good soul. That's better to do that than just say nope. But I don't know. I don't know. Every situation's a little different. So I still plan on hopefully getting married one of these days. I just think that, I know this stuff happens, and anyway, I'm going to end this sad, tough topic for now. But this kind of stuff also stresses me out, and I just, I want to try to avoid that kind of thing, for sure. Anyway, leave me your thoughts and comments below. I'll catch you guys later. Bye.